Unfortunately, the sad thing today is that a lot of times there are unwritten rules, where women say, well, a man is supposed to do this and a man is supposed to do that. And, people want to put all these things in, well, the Bible says this, the Bible says that. When it comes down to morally, we as people, we got to do right by each other and so forth. And we're putting so much emphasis on money and mine, and so forth. Because once you take away all the materialistic things that you bring into a relationship, what do you bring to the table? Right. You see what I'm saying? And unfortunately, hey, I have 3 daughters. I pay a lot for child support. The hardest thing for a man to do is to hear another man be called daddy. You see what I'm saying? And I'm still expected to pay that $900 a month. I don't get all the perks as the dad, but I'm still expected to do my part. When I was younger, I got caught up in that whole money thing. Oh, well, they living like this, they living like that. And the judge, well, you need to change your lifestyle. Once I started thinking more maturely, it's still my responsibility, regardless of what the mother is doing. I can't live my life by what she is or what she is not doing. I have to be man enough not to run from my responsibilities and say, I still have to do this. Now, trust me, I would love to have that $900 a month. You see what I'm saying? That I've been paying for the last 20-some years. Wow. I would love it.
20-something, wait a minute.
Yeah,
are they old enough?
No.
I got 3 girls, and so forth. My youngest is 13, my oldest is 28. My middle is 27, she's in college. So I've been paying child support for a minute and everything. And like I said, it breaks my heart to hear my daughter call another man daddy.
Yeah.
Well, let me add one thing. Now, is the shoes on both feet? The reason why I ask, because I have a new wife. Well, not new, so now, but I had custody of my kids. They opt to call her mom because they felt more comfortable calling her mom. Because, and I asked why would you want to call this lady mom who didn't birth you? And they said, well, she take care of us, she wash our clothes, she feed us, she help us with our homework, and their list went on and on. My only requirement now, I'm taking care of them, I'm supporting them, I'm barely getting child support or whatever. The only person it hurts or embarrasses, in my opinion, is the parent that's not there. Because they don't know, in order for that child to cope, they have to do whatever they have to do to cope with their surroundings and their friends, and calling me daddy and calling her Miss Cynthia. So their mother didn't get over that, like, it would probably hurt not to. I said the worst thing is you got 2 moms and 2 dads. Twice the Christmas gifts, twice the birthday gifts. You get vacations on this side and vacations on this side. But unfortunately, the parent that's not in that role, they only see that, why are you calling somebody mama or daddy that's not your biological mother or father? I think he had a comment.
Yeah.
Well, the comment really was, it's just amazing how we started with marriage and we went to money. They both began with an M. That's kind of like where we are.
Sure.
Looking back at our grandparents, it wouldn't have been the same conversation, our parents. Because money was kind of even out. Just where our society is with this money thing.
Yeah.
So maybe we would step back and say, okay, what is marriage? I think of it kind of like, going to the racetrack and you're going to bet on the winning horse, but how much money did you make last year? Yeah. The racetrack is about running.
Yeah.
Right.
Horse could have made a lot of money. He could have been the only one showed up for that race, right? He won that one. He $1 million win. I'm gonna bet on him. No. What is marriage about? Marriage is not about money, or that's what we believe. We're in a metropolis area, where there are good jobs and people all about that thing. But really, marriage is about relationship. If horse racing is about running, marriage is about relationship.
Right. Yeah.
So if you skewed from what it is in the first place, let's define it. What is it? You got people looking for the wrong thing, coming from the wrong thing, don't know what they're looking for, and wonder why in this same area, divorce rate and separation rate is what it is. Marriage is supposed to be forever. Because marriage is a relationship between 2 people. And certain animals, even in the kingdom, they have one mate for life.
Yeah.
But what are we even talking about?
So you think that, because you're talking about way back grandparents. So that's when
Actually, I will say this, not way back. We are the first. This is the first time on the earth's history, especially among men of color, but this would be a conversation to have.
Sure.
from my mother Africa, right?
Uh-huh.
From slavery brought over
Uh-huh.
to the 50s, 60s, only since the late 70s when we started, equal opportunity, getting brand new, getting some jobs, getting the opportunity to have choices and leave and migrate and travel, people, did this become an issue? Where else in the history of man have there been a problem of us, not maybe familial, not having other families, not traveling, but this whole, I don't like you anymore, so
Yeah.
Irreconcilable differences.
reconcile the
Well, that's
difference. And I'm gonna
convenient title they put on it.
Right.
I'm gonna let the court decide my fate.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Definitely. It is difficult when you're in a situation like that, when you're paying child support. And unfortunately, it does come back to money. But we have to, as men, we have to mature. And we just can't make it about money. Because when you do, that's when you start taking all these personal feelings. Or she's driving this type of car. They're living in that type of house. I ain't got that. You see what I'm saying? We can't live that way. But I'm okay with the fact that this man is there. I have a great relationship with him. And that is something as a man, we have to have good relationships with our mothers and with the mothers of our children and everything. Instead of calling them our baby mother, that's my co-parent. And so for my daughter knows who I am, it has to be her decision what to call me. But it's still my responsibility to not run away, to still be there, to be a good man and a good role model to her, regardless of what she calls me.
Did he have that conversation with you about your kids calling him dad? Did he have that conversation with you, or did y'all? It was between your baby's mother or your co-parent and you.
Well, unfortunately, and for me, they got married and they moved, so far away. They moved to, Hawaii, so they were gone for like 8 years. So until she was 2, I'm Poppy, I'm Daddy. You see what I'm saying? After that, she's gone for 8 years. Really no contact. So when they come back, this is the man that was there. This is the man who did everything for me. This is my dad. I get it, and so forth. And like I said, everything inside me, like a lot of probably African-American men, I want to run. I want to run and stick my head in the dirt and act like it's not happening. But I can't do that. Too many black men before me have done that. And that's what's wrong right now, is that not enough black men, not enough men, period, are stepping up and saying, despite the fact that this is hard and I don't want to do it, I have to be man enough and weather this storm regardless. Because you never know how being there for our children will affect them 15, 20, 30 years from now, especially when they now move into relationships of their own. They need to be able to see, just because my father wasn't there for me, every day, he was still in my life and he was still doing for me, and it wasn't all based on money.
Okay.